I was never the type to scare easily. Ghost stories, urban legends, even the so-called haunted house at the edge of town. None of it fazed me, but this was different. It started last week in my new apartment, a quiet little place on the 3rd floor of an old brick building. The rent was cheap, too cheap, but I didn't ask questions. I needed a fresh start. The first night was uneventful, just the usual creaks and groans of an aging structure. But on the second night, I heard it. Drip, drip, drip. At first, I thought it was a leaky faucet, but when I checked the kitchen and bathroom, everything was dry. The sound wasn't coming from the pipes. It was closer. It was inside my bedroom. I turned on the light, scanning the room. Nothing, just the stillness of the night and my own uneven breaths. I told myself I was imagining things, that I was just adjusting to the new place. But then, the next night, it happened again. Drip, drip, drip. It was louder this time, more distinct. A thick, wet sound, and it was coming from the ceiling. My stomach clenched as I looked up. A dark stain was spreading across the plaster, thick, oozing, almost pulsing. I stood on my bed, reaching up hesitantly. My fingertips brushed against the damp spot, warm and sticky. When I pulled my hand back, my skin was slick with something deep red, blood. I stumbled back, heart hammering, my breath coming in short gasps. My mind raced for a rational explanation. Maybe a wounded animal got into the attic. Maybe my upstairs neighbor. A sudden crash from above made me jump. Something heavy had fallen. I had to know. I bolted out of my apartment and up the stairs. Apartment 4B. I knocked, then pounded. No answer. The hallway was dead silent. A metallic scent filled my nose. I tried the doorknob. It was unlocked. The door swung open with a low creak. The stench hit me first. Coppery, thick, suffocating. My stomach churned. The room was dark, the only light coming from the street lamp outside, casting long, flickering shadows. And then I saw it. A man, hanging from the ceiling, his throat slit open. Blood still dripping onto the floor. Drip, drip, drip. My breath hitched. His eyes, glassy, lifeless, stared straight at me. His mouth hung open as if he had been screaming. And then, the door slammed shut behind me. A whisper, so close to my ear, I could feel the breath on my skin. You heard it too, didn't you? I spun around, but there was no one there. Then, the dead man's lips moved. A slow, agonized whisper escaped his throat. It's not done with me. And now,